Hello, 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 everybody. Good evening. Hello, Lisa, Tina Babina. Hello, Robin, Dee. How you guys doing tonight? I hope everybody this Easter Eve is finding everybody healthy and happy and kind, caring, and having a great time, right? Tomorrow is Easter Sunday. We're almost there. Oh, thank you, White Window Baby. I love you too. Absolutely. Prayers for summer to be found. Absolutely. God is amazing. He is amazing. He will give us answers. I think He's already gave us a lot. Yes? Absolutely. I think He's give us a lot. Thanks for the Purple Heart, son. Justice. Thank you. Those are beautiful. Oh, these are beautiful. Thank you, Maura. Thank you, guys. Eve, welcome. Love, prayers. Absolutely. Thank you, White Window Baby. That is sweet of you. Yes, our happy Easter family. I just came in tonight. I just wanted to do a little something for summer for Easter. I've been watching today, and I didn't really see anyone doing much for her for Easter, right? Um, Lisa said, "Hi, White Window Baby. Has anything happened this week?" They've been a lot happening. Um, especially with Ernie, right? Hey, PG. God bless Summer. Happy Easter, baby girl. Much love. Miss you. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for supporting her. There you go. No summer, no peace. Absolutely. Absolutely. English Rose says, hello, PG mods and critters. Happy Easter to all. Happy Easter to you, sweetie. I'm sorry, this cold is still keeping on, right? I think it's just that everything's coming alive and it's messing me up. Hello, Justice. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Happy Easter and thank you for what you do for Summer and others. Oh, thank you. God bless. I didn't even know what I was pulling up for a second. Thank you. God bless you. I so appreciate that. Patty says hello at Prayer Gardens of America. Hello, Patty. How are you doing this evening, sweetie? I hope this is finding you happy and healthy. Absolutely. It was a beautiful day today. Yes. Beautiful day for Easter egg hunt. Beautiful day for family, right? It was just a beautiful day, period. PG's tired. Oh, thank you, Eve. Happy Easter to our beautiful girl, Summer Moon Utah Wells. Absolutely. God bless her. God bless her. We have went through a 4th of July. And we went through Thanksgiving, and we went through a Christmas, and we went through New Year's. We went through Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, um, A lot of holidays, right? Now we're hitting Easter. And it's kind of disheartening that she has not been found. Um, that law enforcement is totally acting on blind. You know, I know that, justice is supposed to be blind, but not that damn blind, right? PG is exhausted. I am exhausted. Long day. It's been a long day. And tomorrow is Easter. I'm sure it's going to be another long day, right? So, is anybody having family over tomorrow, or are you going to visit with family? Oh, thank you. And I don't ever pronounce this right. Prescrucious me, 35. Thank you. Happy Easter, PG. We appreciate you. Much love. Thank you. God bless you. I appreciate you guys. I honestly do. God knows my heart. He knows I so appreciate everyone here. Absolutely. I just hope that those prayers are going up and up and up. I know they got a long way to reach the sky, but I sure hope they reach God's ears over this weekend, and maybe starting next week, law enforcement will be off their backsides getting something done, right? I mean, a lot has came out, and I think enough that Candace, if nothing else, she should be hauled in and questioned a little more about some of the things she's been saying, especially that, she feels that Donald was involved in this somehow. And that is what she said. And she does need to be pulled in and questioned about that. And what is her motive for saying it, right? Because she was all for Don before. I don't know what happened. No, I'm going to be by myself for Easter. Be home watching TV. I hope everyone else has a great Easter. Oh, well, God bless you, Eve. I hope you have a great Easter too, sweetheart. I absolutely hope you have a beautiful Easter. Absolutely. Oh, single mama for Justice for Summer. Girl, I bet you're busy. I absolutely bet you are busy over this weekend. I got everything out of the way today. So tomorrow, PG is taking tomorrow off. I'm going to kick back and relax. Eat all the candy up in the kids' Easter baskets, right? Oh, happy Easter to you, Eve. Oh, thank you, White Window Baby. I'm almost at 5K subscribers. Wow, cool. That is so sweet. Norma says, hello, PG Mods chat. Happy Easter. That is cute. Happy Easter. Yeah, it's always open panel. If anyone would like to come up, you can take a link and come up and support Summer. I wasn't doing a lot tonight. I was going to finish covering Tim Mullins, but I think we'll let him wait until Monday, right? And let's give let's give this weekend a little break off of Tim Mullins and move forth on, what this weekend's really about. Friday was the day that Jesus actually died on that cross for us, and Sunday was when he rose and, descended back to his Father so that we could all have eternal life. He says, I go and I prepare a place for you, and the only way to heaven is through the Son, right? Through Jesus Christ. So, it was a beautiful thing that Jesus came here and did for us, and it was beautiful that God sent him to do it, right? Absolutely. So, I like to get the full gist of the holidays, like, for instance, Christmas when Jesus was born, that's our Savior's birthday. And, Easter's the greatest gift of all, because that's when he laid down his life so we could all have life for eternity, through him, if we do the right things and act the right way and, follow his footsteps, right? It's not easy. It's not easy, but it's worth it. I'm sorry to hear that, Patricia. Absolutely sorry to hear that. But he will definitely be in our prayers. He will definitely be in our prayers. A lot of people get put on life support and they pull through, with a lot of prayers and faith. You just got to keep them prayers going up and know that God's answering them. And, through your faith, he can be healed. So don't give up. Definitely continue to pray. Continue to pray. All hospitals have a chapel. That's where you'll be finding me if somebody is not doing well in a hospital. I will be in the chapel seeking God with everything I got, right? Yeah, don't give up. Miracles happen every day. And God loves for us to see miracles, and we love to see them, right? So don't ever give up. Summer's name is Wells. I don't know why they started all of that. I guess it's another one of their games. Right? They play that game all the time, and Candace probably sitting back laughing herself stupid that people would believe. She named Summer Bly after naming all the rest of the kids Wells, and Candace better stop lying. She really, really needs to stop lying. Bible says that, we all know who's the daddy of liars, right? And Candace needs to stop it. She needs to stop it for her children. That is one woman that really needs to seek God and seeking diligently. Happy Easter to you, Ashley. Absolutely happy Easter. God bless you. She is the prime suspect, Sarah. Absolutely. In my opinion, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I was thinking about that the other day. Something that came to my mind where uh, law enforcement law enforcement was on Candace from day one. She hid in the house while Don and Grandis stayed outside with law enforcement. You knew they took note of that. They always take note of that. And they also took note that she was the one, like Donald, he was right there wanting to take the lie detectors test, and so was Grandis. And they had to go pick Candace up in a squad, right? And yeah, they pretty much know um, who the culprit in that one was. Absolutely. Candace she has showed too much, just way too much deception and lies and trying to throw everybody under the bus but she ain't as good at throwing people under the bus as Donald was, right? Donald had a knack. He had a knack for coming out and swindling his way around, with people. And I mean, that guy could come out and say a lot of nothing and go back into the dark, and everybody thought he said a lot. And I'm like, whoa. Um, like, what did he say? I didn't hear anything except a lot of shit that did not apply to Summer at all. I mean, I didn't learn anything about Summer. Anytime Donald was talking, I'd learn nothing about Summer other than she liked to twirl. That was about it. So, and Candace, we're learning even less about her with Candace. Candace is too busy just talking about everything but the kids, right? And she said the damnedest thing um, about she was going to, and she solemnly said this, I don't care about nothing but just getting my boys back. And she said that recently. Um, just her and her boys. She did not mention Summer at all. At all. I think I recorded it. I I will find that and play it. I meant to play it before now, but I would definitely get that and play it. Yes, she did. She didn't even mention Summer at all. Um, when she was talking to Ernie, I believe it was when she was talking to Ernie, and she did not mention. I found that very weird that she didn't mention Summer's name. Period. Like, you know, as if she didn't exist. She just basically act like she's got 3 boys in social services and she needs to get them back, and that's it. That was the extent of it. Don't you just want to like call her up and tell her, "Look, you've got a daughter. She's missing. You know, what the hell is wrong with you and your brain?" And then I seen Ernie and them making excuses, like, bunch of excuses for, you know, Candace's mental capacity. Candace very well knows she's got a missing daughter. That's, and she don't live in the here and now. You know, she don't get up every day, and this is the only day she knows. Hell no. I'm not going there. I don't care how much alcohol you drink. You know what happened before, you know what happens now, and you know what's about to happen in the future, right? If Candace had that kind of mental capacity, then she wouldn't be throwing everybody else under the bus, trying to whistle her way out of what happened in the past, right? So she could save her ass in the future. So I don't want to hear that one. Kids are a blessing. Absolutely, Sarah. They are a blessing. And yeah, she does. She's wearing alcohol goggles. Um, that drink's the only thing on her mind. All she could think of. That's the first thing she thinks about in the morning, and the last thing in her system when she goes to bed, right? Abe, I agree with you. I agree with you. Everybody's frustrated with law enforcement, but we've got to understand how law enforcement works, and they work very damn slow. Matter of fact, I think they've really, I think they've really worked fast on this case. To be honest with you, because I know a lot of cases ain't getting this kind of attention. I mean, it's a lot worse. It's a lot worse for some other parents with missing children right now. Look at little monkey and his mom and his parents. I mean, they're not even staying in the spotlight the way Summer is, and the other little girl in Texas. She her parents, they actually pulled the Amber Alert from her in February, and so they even stopped her Amber Alert, and her dad was down on his knees praying at a site where they were looking a few weeks ago. um they was looking for her in some water, and he was out there. Anyway, I have some updates on that case, and that I'm going to bring forth next week as well, because I thought it was very interesting to um to see it, because there's this one creepy guy, and he's inserted himself, and I have a picture of him, so I'm going to bring that forth and show everybody. But yeah, that's a interesting case as well. Um, so there's a few of them. I follow other cases, but I don't usually bring them, bring them in here, because we're all 100%. I mean, about Summer, and I don't want to ever get off track from Summer at any time. Oh, thank you, Ashley. My heart is so broken for Summer. My 6-year-old daughter and I pray for her every night. Just wish we could get her found and justice served. I truly feel if she's passed on, she won't rest until then. I agree. I absolutely agree. And her brothers ain't going to rest as well, right? Her brothers definitely are not going to rest at all until Summer is found. That is so true. That is definitely true. Yeah, absolutely. I even angels cry. I agree. I so agree. They do need to be found. And there's so many missing. There's so many missing. But um there's a 25-year-old man missing in Texas as well. His mother's going mayhem right now on trying to find out where her son is. I'm bringing you up, Lisa. How you doing tonight, sweetie?
Oh, good. Sissy, I just want to say Happy Easter to you in the chat.
Oh,
And
happy Easter to you, sweetie.
I know little Summer can't hear us, but Summer Utah Wells, Happy Easter, baby girl. We all love you.
Amen. Yeah, thank you for coming up here and saying that. Thank you. So
All right.
appreciate it.
That's all I wanted to say.
God bless you, sweetheart.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. That was sweet. That was absolutely sweet. Well, I sure thank her for coming up on panel and supporting Summer like that. That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, Tennessee Shine, her hair would be growed out by now. She would be beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, wouldn't she? In a beautiful Easter dress and little patent leather buckle shoes. And yeah, she would be gorgeous. Yes. Thank you, White Window Baby. Everyone that's always here for Summer. Thank you for being here. And the new people that's come in, thank you for joining our family. God bless you. Absolutely. Yeah, she should be twisting in a beautiful Easter dress at church. Yeah, she would have went to church today. She would have been all, I bet Robin's daughter's all dressed up today and in church looking beautiful, right? And Summer should have been as well. Absolutely. Not long, it just seems like it ain't going to be, time is going so fast, right? It don't slow down for us. And June is coming, June is coming so fast. And, it's going to be a year. It's going to be a year. And I don't know. I think that if law enforcement lets it hit that year mark, they're going to see a lot of people go up in the air, right? It's not going to be, it's not going to be good. That's for sure. It definitely ain't going to be good. Thank you, Tennessee Shine. And she says, please remember thumbs up. Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, she'd be knocking the boys down at the egg hunt, and that would be that would be something to watch, right? She could hold her own. I could say that about her. Summer could hold her own with other kids. It's too bad she wasn't able to hold her own with her parents, right? That's a big problem. Even you shouldn't have to hold your own with your parents, though. Your parents should be the ones protecting and loving you, you know? Yeah, she sure did. Absolutely. Tennessee Shine says she's feeling a lot better today. Thank you. Um, she said, thank God, much love, no fever. So that's a plus. Absolutely. Girl, you got a lot of prayers going up for you. So I'm sure God's listening and he'll get you back on your feet soon. You're too beautiful of a person to be off your feet for long. Oh, that is so sweet. That is so sweet. She said tomorrow at the dinner table there will be an empty seat for Summer. Amen. Amen. Yeah, it's true, Ashley. You do feel like you're leaving Summer behind if you get too invested into other cases, but but then I find myself feeling guilty because those children need just as much help, right? And focus as any child, but um yeah, it's like you feel like you're damned if you do and damned if you don't, right? It is heartbreaking. Absolutely. It is heartbreaking. Yes, I did Crime Crazy. Jamie did send me something apologizing. Um, I guess he really dislikes Ernie, and um, yeah. Matter of fact, I seen him on today, and um, he was actually talking about the Bible, spreading the good word, and I was really like, "Whoa!" I mean, is this Jamie? And so I got to hand it to him. He was absolutely being a good person today. So you know, um, I appreciated that. I mean, he was talking about the real meaning of Easter as well. Absolutely. And I got to say, he did a pretty good job. Yes. And and he did get on Ernie a little bit, but I I mostly heard him talking about, spreading the good word. I had a lot going on today, and only could step in for here and there for a few minutes to see what was going on, but um run around the corner and see what's happening, and then people be looking for you. So where'd you go? And so I didn't get to see a lot, but I did get to hear that part, and I was glad I heard that. Yeah, he does. He really, really dislikes Ernie, and right now I can't say I blame him. I can't say I blame him. Ernie doesn't well, at least he admits he ain't looking for no friends, right? Because he don't know how to treat them. I guess you shouldn't have any friends if you can't be one. So absolutely. I mean, Ernie lets everyone know, what he's about, and that's pretty much himself, right? And but he's got to live with that, not me. So I say good luck to him. Um, go for it. Ain't the way I want to live my life. I like to I like to live my life for everybody, not somebody, and I like to do what's right by people in this life. You only get one chance to be, do the right things, and when you let it pass you up, you don't get a second chance. I mean, every second we're on this earth, we don't get that second back. That second's gone. So make sure you spend each second, you know, doing something worthwhile with your life, and doing it sincerely. I mean, you should you should learn to be as good a friend as you want people to be to you. And Ernie obviously ever learned that lesson, but from what he says, he don't want or need any friends. So maybe he feels like Tina and whoever, that's enough in his life, and that ain't the way I feel. You know, I feel that the more the merrier. That's the great thing about heaven, is when you get there, there's going to be so many people. I mean, so many, not ever a dull moment, right? And that's how I like to live. That's what we pray for all the time. Um, Candace Bly, please tell us where Summer is. Yeah. I wish she would, but she's not going to. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think Ernie, Ernie is scared of anything. I really don't. I understand he is freaking out over PG and said, he's going to do a live on my lawn, and good luck with that. Because I have no trespassing as well. And unlike Candace, you probably wish you didn't trespass. But I say good luck. And, and he said he's going to put out a picture, his picture. Well, Ernie, I hope you put it out. I mean, damn, we ain't getting no younger, right? Nobody's getting any younger. So, I'd sure like to see it, before I'm 100. That's for sure. Happy Easter to you. There's so many beautiful people in here. Yeah, I wanted to put some stuff together for Summer tonight. As I said, I just came in for a little bit, and to celebrate Easter for her, because we celebrate every holiday for Summer, right? So, oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, Christy. Thank you. Jess says, PG, if I'm in your yard, you better cook me some good food. Girl, you better call me before you come in my yard. You won't come in my yard without calling me first. Oh, no, nobody. I don't think anyone said they were me when they was talking to Dawn. No, absolutely not. At all. Absolutely not. Donald has no pictures of me, period. Under no circumstances does he have any pictures of me whatsoever. There was some other lady he was talking to, the one that he told that he the one that came out and spread it, that I don't remember who the woman was, but she was the one that came out and spread it, that he gave something about the mafia, and he gave the mafia all of that money. I don't know who she was, but anyway, she was the one that started that rumor. And she was supposed to give him a bunch of money or something, and he was real mad that she didn't give him no money the way she promised. And him and her really had it out, and I don't know. But that's the only other than Cher, me, Cher, and her, we were the only ones talking with Donald. And about the time I started talking to him, he had done pretty much rolled the other lady off the hill. that was calling him because he said she would call him at crazy hours, like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and stuff, and harass him. So, and he said she promised him a bunch of money, and he also told me that the reason he told her that lie about the mafia was because he knew she was just talking to him to get information, and he wanted to give her something to come out here and say, so him and they could laugh about it. And she did it. She absolutely did it. But I don't even think she sent him no pictures or anything like that. I think she was just basically um trying to get information out of him, talking with him and so forth. And maybe she worked night shifts. I don't know why she called him at night like that, but when everybody else was sleeping, right? But she did. But then Don and Candace also stay up till 2 or 3 in the morning a lot. And I know that because they be calling me. Candace is right now hiding. She is right now hiding. Ain't the only thing hiding. Look at her, look at the flyer. There's your poster, Candace. That's your poster. We're going to hang those up all over the place, right? You don't want to look for your daughter. Maybe you'll look for your chin. That cracked me up. Yeah, if we all turned our energy into positive energy, I've been saying that for a long time. I don't know why we, the creators, are fighting because, we're all supposed to be in this, for one cause, and that's summer, the same cause. We're supposed to be in all of this for, well, I'm in it for summer, but, the all the YouTubers, they were supposed to be out for, true crime, for all missing children. And, and they're so busy fighting with one another, these children ain't getting the attention that they deserve, right? It's unbelievable. Yeah, I don't like to call them creators. I don't. I won't. I only know one creator, and that's God Almighty. He created everything, and I don't like calling people creators. I don't like calling myself a creator because I'm not. I'm just a vessel. A vessel of God, and trying to do His will instead of my own. And like I said, it's a fight. It's a fight, everyday fight, and I sure fall short of doing it. I'm not perfect by all means, but I try to do the best I can, and pray. I pray that that's enough. If I didn't have to put it, if I didn't have to wrestle with the devil and his demons every day, I'd probably be a excellent person. But it is what it is. I mean, we live in a world where evil exists, right? And we have to deal with it every day, and and we get sometimes our crosses get heavy. We have to set them down and do what we got to do to to get that evil out of our path and to be able to move on. I feel like, when you stomp evil, when you put that cross down and to kick that evil the hell out of your way, it just gives you a lot more energy to pick that cross back up. It don't feel so heavy when you pick it back up, right? A little easier to carry. He is the Almighty Creator. Absolutely, sweetheart. You are absolutely right. Absolutely, Tennessee. Without him, we wouldn't be here. God don't need us. He wants us. He don't need us, but he wants us. And I thank him for that. But we need him, right? We need him. So, we better humble ourselves and understand, who's above us, right? And how much we do need him. His mercy, his grace, his forgiveness, his kindness, his love. We need it all. And we need it all the time. And I'm just going to I'm gonna get the funny things out of the way tonight before I head into summer. I brought a few memes for everybody to see. I think you guys enjoy this one.
Over the line. I dare you to step over the line.
That was Candace laughing at Benny. Let's hear it again.
Step over the line. I dare you to step over the line.
That is hilarious. Step over the line. That's what Benny was telling Molly and all of them, wasn't it? That's some funny stuff. Let's hear you again, Candace. She was laughing too. That's what her and Donald does.
Step over the line. I dare you to step over the line.
She heard her cracking up. She was rolling. Look at that, Benny. Oh, damn. and after she laughed at him and like that and everything, he still, what'd he do? He was playing Superman. Hey, Benny, there you are playing Superman for Forrest Gump, right? And here's Ernie with his love pizza, getting the police called on him. Shit. Benny's like, what the hell? That is hilarious. Oh, God. Yeah, that is some funny shit. Tina was over there on All Things saying that Candace was a Forrest Gump, right? that chick's a Forrest Gump. That's what she was calling Candace. Candace like, who you calling Forrest Gump? Me? Candace like sitting here watching. I bet that picture was priceless. Oh shit. they calling her names. Candace wasn't getting up off none of that 90-some thousand, right? They got mad. They gonna call her Forrest Gump because she ain't giving out her money to Ernie and them. She's like, hell no, you ain't taking me to cleaners, buddy. That is hilarious. Anyway, that was funny stuff. Yeah, Don's clawfoot tub. He just got a clawfoot tub before he went to jail. He was gonna install it and everything. Ernie up there taking a bath in it. Ernie up there putting a ring around Donald's tub, right? That is hilarious. Oh, you guys want to see it one more time? There you go. Oh, crap. There's Candace, the Forrest Gump. Ernie, will you have my baby? He got his foot all up in Candace's face, her hat. She's like, what's going on here? Benny's calling the police. I think they got her hostage. I think they're holding her hostage. Ain't nobody holding her hostage. Crazy. That is funny stuff. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's definitely funny stuff right there. Hey, them memes tell a story, don't it? ain't nothing like seeing it in real life. uh, yeah. He's like, take your hat off, woman, and scrub my foot with it. he probably gonna scrub her all up with that brush in his hand. That big old brush. He was gonna give Candace a bath, right? That is some funny shit. Okay. I'm going to he really did call the police. That's true story. He really did. Try to convince him that Ernie had Candace hostage. That's the funniest shit I ever heard. And the police rushed up there to see if it was true. Yeah, it's like always calling 911, right? Oh, crap. Yeah, that is a ooh. Hey, nobody want to picture that. That's why I kept that hat on her. Yeah. That's funny stuff. Anyway, yeah, and I made a couple videos for summer, for Easter, and I'm gonna put those up for everybody. Here's her first one. Yeah, I made that one for sure is sad that we ain't found her yet, right? And it does make you want to cry. It really does. You know, I know that, we throw funny memes and stuff in here because, sometimes we just need a mental break from all of this, and, but, we always have to come back to reality, right? And, it is very disheartening to come back to reality and know that law enforcement, just don't seem to be doing enough. They're not doing enough. Maybe they just need, maybe they need a push. Maybe they need a push. Maybe people need to start asking them, why is there not more being done? They cannot give up on this case. They obviously haven't. They haven't been getting enough, pressure, right? I mean, I think after Easter, we should get back to asking. I think we need to be calling and asking why things ain't getting done. I mean, we cannot let this case run cold. We've got to stay on them, right? They need 4,000 or 5,000 phone calls because they need to know that people give a damn, and they need to give a damn too, right? They need to give a damn as well. They're the law enforcement. They're the ones that are supposed to be, they're the ones that's supposed to be, they tell us, to back up, let them do their job, right? Well, damn it, do your job. I think we've backed up. We have backed up. We have been giving them plenty of time, right? And I'm hearing that they ain't got shit with what they had from day one. Well, I want to know, they better have something real solid from day one. They better have something real solid on that table from day one, because I don't want to hear they don't got nothing, right? What I want to hear is they had it there, they know what it was, and they've had it from day one, and it's just a matter of utilizing it now after they've been sent down 1,000 other roads to clear before they could come back and use it. But damn it, there better be something there to use. If you don't put pressure on them, they will not get it done. So we definitely need to be putting pressure on them. Absolutely. Absolutely, they need a boot in the ass. Yes, they need a boot in the ass. And somebody put a 1 in there for me, because I'm sure they need a biggest, put 2 1s in there for me, because they need kicked both feet, right? Absolutely. Oh, thank you, KU. Thank you. Super sticker. Wow. I so appreciate that. I'm so grateful. Thank you. God bless you, sweetie. Oh, thank you, PG. Happy Easter. Get to type fast enough. I oddly get to type fast enough. Yeah, I don't type that fast as well. I don't do bad, but I wish I could do better. My problem is I hit I don't know if my hands are out doing my brain or my brain's out doing my hands, but always end up hitting the wrong letter, and I'm going back more than I'm going forward sometimes. She should. Absolutely, Sarah. Absolutely. I mean, we all know she gave Hunter Twisted Tea that day and Bates and yeah, why is she walking the street? If any of us did that, trust me, any of us did that, our asses wouldn't be setting free, right? We would have been charged with contributing to a minor. Absolutely. They'd have been all over us. We'd have had so many court dates, it'd be unbelievable. They would have freaking had us for contributing to a minor, child endangerment, all kinds of crazy shit, right? I wish the Easter Bunny still comes to my house. The only way we get the Easter Bunny come to our house is we could go back to a kid, right? at this point in time, we are the Easter Bunny. And the great pumpkin and everything else. And I really get upset with the fat guy in the red suit, right? He made me pay for my own cookies and milk. um I tell you what, Tonka Girl 91. I really give you something to talk about tonight when it comes to foul language associated with the church. There's only one church. Only one. You know, you believe that there's a ton of churches out there because you believe in the buildings. And you're probably one of those people that sit in that building and talk about everybody else because that's what you do. That's what you do. You go to church to stir up trouble, right? Well, I don't. There's only one church, and that's the Church of God, the one that everybody saved through his son, Jesus Christ, are going to be there. You know, it's not a building. It's not a building. It's a gift. You're saved by the grace of God. It's a gift. So, you know, as long as you got down your knees, you ask for forgiveness, you accepted Jesus Christ as your Savior, and you've been baptized and your eyes opened and you could see sin for what sin is, then you're going to make it to heaven, right? Absolutely, because that's the promise. That's the promise. Through Jesus Christ, you're going to have eternal life if you do that. And there's only one church, and that is the Church of God. That's all of his children who truly, you know, asked for that forgiveness and actually got saved and their eyes open. You, my friend, probably ain't got your eyes open yet because, you know, you don't want to be, yes, you do want to be rude. Yes, you do. You absolutely want to be rude. And associated with the church. You are those people to say, oh, you're supposed to be a Christian and let people like me that don't want to be rude to you. And then you're supposed to sit there like the good old little Christian and say nothing to you, right? Because that's the type of bitch you are. Well, I'm going to tell you something. If it wasn't Easter weekend and I wasn't on Summer tonight, I'd really give you something to talk about. But you know something? You nosy ass, butt sniffing bitch, you're out of here. There you go. I just blocked your fucking ass. You're gone. There you go. And you know what? That is why I'm not a nice Christian. I'm a new type of Christian. The type that don't put up with people's shit like that. You know, I've been in a lot of churches. I see the little group sitting around, you know, with their snooky ways and talking about other people and so forth and so on, stirring up their little trouble. And whoever they're talking about, that's who I want to be hanging with. Because I don't like people, you know, that sit around in corners and talk about other people. You know, don't use my faith as, you know, oh, I don't want to be rude. Yeah, well, you are rude. You are rude. You're a rude ass piece of shit. and I'd be the first one to stand up and tell you about it. And you know what? You don't like me? You don't like me because I'm the type of Christian that ain't going to take your shit, right? No. I'm not going to lay down in the middle of the road and let you run over me, you fucking cocksucker. Absolutely not. The hell out of here. Kiss the backside of PG's ass. And as I said, if it wasn't, and that's a little taste of what I got to say to her, right? A little taste. That ain't shit compared to what I'd like to tell her. But seeing it is Easter weekend, I'm going to calm myself back down and I'm going to move forward. Absolutely. No Christian needs to back up in a corner. They backed us up in corners long enough. You know, they have backed us up in corners, telling us that, you know, our kids ain't allowed to, bring a Bible to school. They wanted God out of our schools. They wanted God out of our public offices and our buildings. And, you know, they want God out of everything. You know, I don't give a damn what they want. I really don't give a damn what they want. You know what? Wherever I go, God goes with me. God goes with me. And your little stupid buildings and all your bullshit that you don't want God in, I'm sorry to tell you, but let me tell you this. If it wasn't for God, them little buildings wouldn't be there. You know? And with a swipe of his hand, it can all be gone. So, you know, these people know not what they say or what they do, right? Absolutely not. But get in my path and you damn Skippy, you'll know what the hell you're doing. You'll know what the hell you're doing. You know? Get in my path and you'll be praying. You'll definitely be seeking God. If you ain't ever seek God in your life, you will be seeking God then. You know? Don't walk in here and tell me anything. And I don't like them Christians, you know, that stand over in a corner and talk about other people in the church. You know, especially the kids that ain't dressed too good, or, you know, the parents that, you know, didn't show up with the kids, or this, or, well, at least they sent their kids to church, right? They sent their kids to church. Maybe they had something else to do. Did you knock on their door? Did you extend a hand? Did you offer anything in any way, form, or how besides your nasty words? You're, you know, snucked up in a corner somewhere talking about somebody else. What the hell's your problem? And you know, those are the kind of people that call themselves Christians. They, you know, just deceitful bastards, right? They talking about their best. That's what they're talking about. Don't tell me what kind of Christian I am. You know, my walk with God is personal. You know, don't say that to me. You don't know me. You don't know me like that. Yeah, back the fuck up. I show them the power of God, right? Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Nurse Cindy. Super sticker. Wow. I am so grateful. Thank you. God bless. Yeah, they say, oh, you know, PG. They are hypocrites. Absolutely. Bunch of hypocrites. That's exactly what they are. You know, man, if you're a real Christian, you build people up. You don't beat them down, right? You don't say, oh, I don't want to be rude. You don't beat people down like that. You build people up. You know, I don't care if you say a few swear words. I don't care if you got enough ass to, you know, somebody comes at you and you back up and smack them in the mouth. Hey, they probably deserve it, right? That's it. And true Christians, they have to start standing up for ourselves. You know, we wear a suit of armor. God don't give us a suit of armor to hide in a corner with. He gave us a suit of armor to step out and tell these people what it is for, right? Crush that evilness. I'm not going to hear it. Don't judge me. Judge not and be not judged, right? Oh, Sistina, 3 months badge, member, gold, level team summer. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Yes, yes, you did. God bless. You have got to excuse PG. Once in a while, PG goes off the handle and the chat gets away from me. Only thing I see in front of me is what I want to do to somebody being nasty like that. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, people, they just don't understand, they don't understand. Do you think PG loves going down there on their level? I don't like going down there on their level because I know I'm on a much higher level, and I'm supposed to be probably staying upon that level, but once in a while I just I just gotta go down there and step on that freaking evilness, and do I get pleasure out of it? No. It makes me sick to see these people act the way they do, and it even makes me sicker that they always want to remind you, that you're supposed to be. That's you always know a coward, man, because they'll be like, what would Jesus do? They run their sut on you, and then you get pissed off, and they all of a sudden they want to bring up your faith, right? Oh, I thought you're a Christian. Well, and I'm about to show you some Christianly love, right? Absolutely. Nothing that you didn't deserve. Sometimes you just want to say surprise and smack the hell out of them. Absolutely. You've got to stand your ground. You absolutely have to stand your ground this day and time, because you got all of these, these people that, they come up with their different little points of psychology, like, for instance, you take Ernie. He's a word chaser. He likes to land on one word and go with it, right? He listens intensely to land on one word and then utilize it. That's his game. And like somebody, ain't smart enough to figure that out, Ernie. You're a fucking idiot. I'm sorry that you are, but you are. And it is what it is. But, and then you have other people, they like to go around and they like to, twist your words to say what they wanted you to say instead of exactly what you said, right? They knew what you said. They just want to twist your words so that it'll say what, will suit them and their evil little agenda. Well, fuck that too. I don't go for that. You twist my words and I'll tell you what, I twist your neck. Bullshit. Don't go there. You knew what the hell I said, what I meant, and it is what it is. Yeah. I mean, these people today, they're just evil. They're evil in so many different ways. You got all of these people out here, and they think that their dirty little sneaking way is, their own little dirty secret, right? They think it's their own little dirty secret. It's no secret. It's no damn secret, man. Anybody with half a brain would catch on to the kind of cocksucker you are, right? Anybody with any type of intelligence whatsoever is going to jump on that. They're going to, fully understand your type of evilness within 2 seconds. Absolutely. And that's the kind of people, that we got in this world. We got the Ernies and, the little word twisters and those ugly freakers that's got that damn twisted black tongue in their mouth, wanting to constantly spread hatred, lies, and discord, right? And I'm not going to tolerate it. Absolutely not. Yeah, you got that right, Red Road Homestead. The whole world has went crazy. And I embrace the hell out of mine. I do. I embrace my crazy. You got to be a little crazy to get, to be sane. You have to. I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, to get along in this world, you got to be, you got to be willing to get as crazy as the next human. That's where it's at. Or they'll stomp on you. They will stomp on you. You don't have time to have no fear in this life. What you do have time to do is, know what you will do. Know what you will do and do it. Candace was only silent for she's only been silent for a day. As a couple of days ago, she was, hugging up on Ernie, and I guess he must have showed her something that made her cry. Wonder what that was, huh? But she called the wedding off. Now he ain't got no girlfriend. He ain't got no girlfriend now. It's done. It's over. I guess that bath done her in, right? What? You want me to bath? And get the hell out of here. I want my Donnie back. He don't care if I bath or not. Yeah, no jiggly. That's for sure. I did email Sweet Norway. I haven't got a reply back yet. And as I said, I had a lot going on today, but I did take time to email her. If I don't get a reply by tomorrow, I will definitely be calling her to see what's going on. I pray that she's okay, and she does got us worried. And I just hope that it's because, we come on, at odd hours when she's sleeping. That's what I'm hoping. So no White Window Baby. I did email her, but I have not heard nothing back. I'm sorry. I'm definitely hoping to hear something back. Yeah, she's dating R&R. Absolutely. Rich and rare, huh? That's what they call that whiskey. Yeah. And then I heard somebody say, Donald drinks a bottle of whiskey. I guess Candace was telling him Donald drinks a bottle of whiskey a day. No way. Alcohol poisoning. Nobody could, even the biggest man couldn't down a whole bottle of whiskey without ending up in the hospital for sure, or at least pretty much a coma, if not death, right? People should be, the body can only take a certain amount, and then especially alcohol, 80 proof or more, it would have shut down his liver. I mean, the liver can only filter so much alcohol within a hour time span and so forth. So, yeah, these people need to, check the medical advice and everything before making those kind of comments. Yeah, it is always open panel. But I am going to play Summer's last video and then the first one again, and I'm going to let everybody out of here so that they can absolutely enjoy Easter tomorrow. I don't want to keep everybody up all night, because if you got children, they're going to be up on you like Christmas morning, right? They're going to be up tomorrow. Where's those Easter baskets, that new outfit, and they'll be dancing all over the place, and you don't want to be like, oh my gosh, I stayed up all night. So absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead and play out the other video, and then I'll play the next one again, and we'll all get out of here, and hopefully everyone keep praying for Summer. Keep the prayers going up. The holidays are the super hardest to get through. I think Thanksgiving was the hardest for me over all of this. For some reason, Thanksgiving was super hard for me to get through where Summer was concerned this past year. I don't know why, but it was really hard to get through it. And it's hard to get through all the holidays, with her not being here. And law enforcement not really seeming to be doing a lot. So, oh, thank you, Wisconsin Mama. God bless you, sweetie. All our bucket list has holes. Thank you. Happy Easter, family. Much love to all. Much love to you, sweetie. God bless you. God bless you. Yeah, happy Easter to everyone. Much love. Hillbilly 29. Thank you. Much love to you, sweetie. Yeah, I am definitely thinking of Sweet Norway as well. I hope she's having a beautiful Easter. She has a daughter that she picks up and brings home to stay with her, and I absolutely hope they are enjoying this Easter together. Absolutely. I am going to do everything I can to get a hold of her to make sure she's okay. Because we're all worried, right? We're all worried. So yeah, you came in late. I dropped a link there, Wisconsin Mama, if you want to come up. All right, this is the other video that I put together for Summer also. Is that you, Wisconsin mom? Okay.
Yeah, it is.
All right. I'm going to put her tape back on.
In the cream
Yeah.
jar, ooh, ooh, ooh. Skip to my Lou, my darling.
Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling.
Cows in the pasture, moo, moo, moo. Cows in the pasture, moo, moo, moo. Cows in the pasture, moo, moo, moo. Skip to my Lou, my darling.
Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling.
Little red wagon painted blue. Little red wagon painted blue. Little red wagon painted blue. Skip to my Lou, my darling.
Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling.
Off to Texas 2x2. Off to Texas 2x2. Off to Texas 2x2. Skip to my Lou, my darling.
Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling.
Lost my partner, what'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do? Skip to my Lou, my darling.
Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling.
Found my partner, love is true. Found my partner, love is true. Found my partner, love is true. Skip to my Lou, my darling.
Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling.
Lost my partner, what'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do? Skip to my Lou, my darling.
Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling.
Found my partner, love is true. Found my partner, love is true. Found my partner, love is true. Skip to my Lou, my darling.
Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling.
That was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. PG, you did a beautiful job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
I think we did a beautiful job.
yeah, we are Summer Strong over here.
You all inspire all the creativity that PG puts into all of this. Absolutely, and I thank you for that.
Yeah, it's and every picture that you see of Summer, no matter what she went through, she's always smiling.
She is. She,
She's always smiling. Yeah,
and she was a strong child, wasn't she?
yeah. I mean, it certainly brings tears to my eyes.
Mine as well.
Yeah, just miss her so much. You brought us all together to make her feel as she belongs to all of us. She belongs to all of us.
God brought us together, and
Yeah,
really, God brought us together for this little girl. I mean, He was the one that decided, she was going to be blew up like this, and He decided that, all the things has happened up till now. It's been God's will, not ours. And the one thing I've learned in this life is God controls all things, right?
yeah,
We might think we do as humans. We might think we control all these things. What will we do tomorrow? What will we, oh, we're going to do this or we're going to do that. You ain't going to do anything unless God's willing. And,
Exactly.
we got to hope he's willing, right?
Oh
And,
yeah, and you know he is. I mean,
oh yeah, I think, I truly believe that, if you are set out to do beautiful things, of course God's willing.
yep.
Absolutely, he's willing, you know. And I know that, he's put us together for summer, and we are her voice. And I don't know, do not know, I don't question God on his
No,
reasonings. What I
no.
do is I trust in God that, he has a reason.
Yes.
And everything will, everything will come to light in his time, not ours. And and he's brought a lot to the light. He's brought so much to the light. I mean, it's been 10 months, but he's brought and I've seen other cases, 10 years, they didn't get as much as info as we've gotten in 10 months.
No.
So I surely thank him for that.
Yeah, and there's, there's a reason why this little girl has brought, so much out. You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of kids that have gone missing and don't get, they don't get this,
No,
you know.
but I believe Summer, Summer saved her brothers.
Oh, I do
And
too. Oh,
and
I
I
do
and I
too.
truly believe that, she's going to save many other children in the future, because we are definitely going to make sure the CPS changes their ways after this, right?
Yeah, something has
Uh,
to be
I
done.
think that we are all, I think we are all ready to stand up and start fighting back about where our tax dollars are going, why they're being spent, and start demanding more be done than's being done. I mean, these, if nothing's going to be done, then they need to stop charging. They need to just leave our tax money alone, right? We need to put that money in our pocket. Why are we paying that tax money and put it into pockets of people that ain't getting shit done that needs to be getting it done? We pay them to save these children. We pay them to, do the right thing by all children. And if they can't do the right thing by all children, then you know what? They need to, we ain't going to pay them for nothing.
Right. Right.
That's our tax dollars. And we should be standing up and bitching and getting a hell of a lot more out of our country, because we put so much into our country, right? And we
Yeah.
should be getting a hell of a lot more back. And, and I think we, the people, are tired. I think we are literally and utterly tired of sitting back and watching our country go to hell. We're tired of, of our grocery stores being empty when we know that there's no reason for it. I mean, there's farmers trashing food right now, and because they feel they ain't getting enough money for it or something.
Yeah.
And that's just highly unacceptable. This country is not about the dollar. It's about God. It was built and founded upon God Almighty, right? It was founded upon religion. We all showed up here so we didn't have to be, bossed around and told, well, who we can believe in and who we can't believe, and what we can do and what we can't do, right? We wanted a free country where we could worship God the way we want to worship God Almighty, and do what we want to do and live how we want to live instead of being told how to live. We came here and we built this country, off the sweat of our backs and, and our brows, and we're being disrespected. With each generation, it's getting worse and worse and worse, to where our government acts like they own us instead of we own them.
Yeah.
We paid them. We paid their bills. They don't pay ours. We keep their fucking lights on. They don't keep our lights on. We
Right.
bust our asses every day to keep our own lights on. And we still pay them to keep their lights on. And they were supposed to be doing a job. And by God, we need to stand up and see they get it done. Our police force need to be finding these children and getting justice for them. Our CPS, Child Protective Services need to be doing their damn jobs as well. If they go into a trashy ass home with parents that can't pass a drug test, them children need to be moved ASAP.
Well, I think I think that maybe we'll talk. I'll email you. Check it tomorrow night. I think there's a few things that we probably need to talk about, that we need to get some action moving here. You know,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely. We,
I,
we need to get off our asses, get off these boxes, and get out there in the street and stand up for what the hell we want and what we believe. We need to show, it's been a long time since Americans have stood up together in the streets. I mean, we need to pack the streets through
yeah,
every state. I mean, every state across America, every road. Every American needs to come out of their home, stand in the middle of the road, and let this government know that we are no longer going to sit back and take this shit.
right.
We're tired. We're tired of everything going up and nothing going down.
Yeah.
We can't afford to not stand up anymore. We can't afford it.
No.
And our law is too easy. Those laws need to go back. We need to go back in time, not forward. We need to go back. We need to go back when they hung a horse thief, right? But they
Yeah.
don't do anything to people that abuse their children,
No.
mistreat their children, mistreat old people, abuse old people.
Yeah.
Nothing happens to them, right?
Yeah.
Well, we're tired of that.
Don't move fast enough on missing children. I
Right.
mean, they should have been out there for days searching for her.
I'm going to tell you, the law enforcement over another county said that if they was handling the Wells case, they would have went up there, taped everything off, and then people would have got the hell off that hill, and they would have treated it like a crime scene from the very first second because they didn't know if it was or not.
Right.
And that's what should have been done.
I always wondered why that wasn't done like that. A lot of
Because
like
Sheriff
my
Ronnie
county
Lawson
did that.
dropped the ball. Sheriff Ronnie Lawson dropped the ball.
Yeah.
He had not dealt. This was a man that been sheriff so long, he thought he knew his people, and he didn't know nothing until he done screwed up and realized he knew nothing.
Yeah.
He did not expect that. And what I'm saying is, expect the least expected all the time. I
Yeah.
mean, you have to
Well,
have to always expect the worst and hope for the best, right?
Yeah, but it's past the point. People want answers.
It's
People
not too late.
No.
It's not too
No.
late. And Candace is out here hanging herself by the second, and law enforcement's just allowing her to get away with it.
Well, yeah, there's another one that's sure. She never talked.
And I'm not understanding that as well. I mean, it's just like that law enforcement down there is sitting back saying, we don't give a damn.
Right.
We don't give a damn.
Well,
We'll get on the news, throw them a bone, and well, people need to tell those people down there, if you want to be reelected, you better get off that ass and you better start doing something about this case.
yeah.
You dropped the ball, and now it's time for you to pick it up and do whatever needs to be done to get this case solved.
Yeah, and we had mentioned the other night about maybe we should get a petition signed up and send it down to the governor. I wouldn't want to call because if we're all calling, none of us are going to get through. So we'll talk about that more. Maybe that's something that we can do.
Hey,
know?
listen. I will pick a number and stand in line on that phone.
Yeah.
I will pick my number and stand in line. Ain't nothing bothers them like that damn phone ringing off the hook, right?
Right. But I think that I think we can do, like, I could do a petition on Facebook, sign a petition.
Right. Well, I ain't doubting, sign a petition as well. But the thing about signing petitions is that's something that we send to them, and what did they just discard it? I mean, they might glance at it,
they would just
take a laugh, and just. But man, when those phones are ringing, night and day, him motherfuckers, they'll be like, oh my God, you got to get some shit done.
Yeah.
You know,
Call the Attorney General
I
investigation.
mean, they want those. Trust me, those they want to get their sleep, right? They want to get their sleep. They want to get their rest. They don't need 5,000 people blowing up those phones. And I mean, hey, we could diligently stand in line. I
True. True.
I got a hell of a lot of patience.
Somebody
Absolutely.
somebody had asked that why could they not call the National Guard out there for a day and cover them woods? There's plenty of those guys that could do it. You know, that could go out there.
Hey, Jess, PG don't need no blowhorn, hun. I be boss up in there. They be hearing me. They be hearing me from right here. They be hearing my ass from right here. Let me tell you something. PG got a loud ass voice. And I tell you what, you want to talk about rally? PG, man, I jump up on the stage, dude, and I'm going to tell you what, it'd be like MC Hammer all over again, right?
Right.
Amen.
And I do believe that. I mean, I know that you like Sheriff Lawson or whatever, but I believe that maybe they should be investigated too.
I'm giving Sheriff Ronnie Lawson the benefit of the doubt. Now, I gave it to Benny, and I
Yeah,
gave it
you
to
did.
Ernie,
You
and I
did.
can ask myself, how did that turn out, PG? You know, and we all know that story, right? Was not a happy ending. And, you know,
You know what I was gonna do for you? I was gonna buy you one of those posters of Ernie and send you a set of darts to go with it.
yeah.
I'm gonna send PG one of those posters and send her a set of darts.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, PG, hey, come Monday, we gonna have that picture up. I'll make my own picture.
Yeah. Just like, yeah.
We all get a copy of it, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll be throwing darts at him.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I just
I'm gonna-
thought that was a good one.
I'm gonna get Wisconsin Mama standing there with the dart in her hand too. Bullseye.
Yeah. Gotcha. And then you can get Benny too.
Yeah, right in the ass. Pin the towel on Benny.
A couple of dumbasses. I'm telling you.
Yeah, Ernie
Yeah.
sat there like, and PG, what do you want to go back to? What you been over there? I wasn't never over there. You know, I liked Benny. I gave Benny the benefit of the doubt. I really did. Benny had, this dude had a prayer warrior at his back. And, you know, definitely, I really liked him. I really did. And, you know, and I knew how his life was going to go fucking with the whales. I knew how that was going down. But, you know, from day one, I knew how it was going down because I know the whales. And I'm like, whoa, you know, and that's what all these people do not understand. You know, the whales, they look for humans to crush. They are like, these motherfuckers are energy vampires that just want to suck everything out of a person. They want to, man, you cannot be a weak motherfucker. You go in there. Absolutely not.
No.
I mean, these are people, let me tell you, if you better be very strong if you want to keep your sanity. And that's the truth. I mean, you probably, if you walk out normal, you were probably didn't have no sanity anyway. You were probably always insane and just didn't fucking know it, right?
Right.
And because I'm gonna tell you now, if you wasn't insane, you will be when you come out of there. These people are, I can't even stress enough what these people do to people. I mean, I've seen it before. Have I seen these kind of people before? Absolutely. Absolutely. As I said before, usually, you know, this is a game that occults play. It's a game that occults play. Now, are the whales into an occult? I don't know. but I sure know they play the game, and they play it damn good. So it makes me wonder, but I don't know.
I had watched a guy today. I wish I could remember his channel. Oh, I know. He was on TikTok, and he's a writer, and he explained a cult, and that the way they act, and then he
Right.
explained something else. And I'm telling you, PG, I should send it to you because, man, I'm beginning to think there's a cult involved in this. After the way
And
he's,
I've
the
been
way,
I've been thinking that from pretty much day one,
yeah,
especially with Jody Sue, and we all know what she is, and and Donald sat there and barefaced lied that he wasn't friends with Andy. Absolutely, he was friends with Andy, very close friends with Andy. Matter of
yeah,
fact, right before he went to jail, I was on the phone with him, and Andy. I heard a guy talking. I said, "Who is that?" And he said, "It's Andy. He's getting ready to leave." Andy was leaving at the time I was on the phone talking with Don, and that's right before Don went to jail. And what was Andy there for? Well, Andy told us, Don knows his business with Andy, and that's all Andy was going to say. Well, I think we all know Don's business with Andy, right? And I think
oh,
Sheriff Ronnie Lawson knows Andy's business with Don as well.
yeah. There's I just, I always wanted to nail it just down to Don. I wanted to nail it down to the three people on top of the hill, and I tried to take all those other people out of the story,
What Tennessee needs is to quit having these sheriff departments, Sheriff Ronnie Lawson. They need to get a sheriff's department is supposed to be chasing cars down the fucking freeway and getting them tickets, right?
Yeah,
They need a real police station in that place. They need
yeah,
real police, not sheriffs. The sheriffs need to do sheriff's jobs. And
yep,
that's, like I said, staying out on the road, pulling people over and giving them tickets. But, they need real law enforcement down there to stop all this scamming bullshit and all this covering up and all of this BS that's going on that,
mm-hmm,
and letting these people get away with whatever the hell they want to get away with. That's got to stop.
yeah. And
Tennessee ain't no backwooded, down south mess. Tennessee is a big ass fucking state, and it has, and it's got a lot of beautiful cities in it. It
it
is up and
does.
it has been coming for years, and there is no reason why shit doesn't change down there. And
Right,
the Jody Sue's chasing people off so that the property taxes won't go up has to stop as well.
right.
These people have got such a foothold over the years, and they've had the sheriff's department in their pockets, and that's the fucking problem right there.
Yeah. And I do believe that the the grand jury thing. I kind of think that was a line of bullshit.
Like, Mr. Dobbs, he called Jody Sue and Andy called the sheriff's department on him, and the sheriff's department came out and they tell this man, well, they don't know what to tell him. These people ain't gonna give you access. You don't have access on your property. Now, if you would have called a real fucking police department, they would have said, listen, ma'am, listen, sir, this man's got a deed right here to this property, and I don't know how the hell he's supposed to get up on it, but I'm sure there is a way on it, and you better be finding it real quick. Because you
Yeah,
can't give a person a piece of land that ain't got a way up on it. There was a way up on it before, and there is a way up on it now. And you better be figuring out how the hell he's going to get up there, because that's his land now.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't understand why if you just go and you talk to these neighbors and say, please, can we just please search your land? If we find anything illegal, we're not going to tell. We are just looking for summer. Let us upon your land to check your land. Not unless you're hiding something.
Thank you, Robin. Well, I'm going to tell you something. They were all over the Wells land, but Jody Sue and them declined to have their land searched. Now,
Hmm.
Summer could have been over there, right?
Yeah.
But law enforcement don't know that because they didn't go over there. And I'm going to tell you something. They should have told everybody. Here's the thing. In Texas, the little girl that came up missing in Texas, 3 years old, she comes up missing out of an apartment complex that had a playground outside. And she was on that playground when she came up missing outside the apartment building. Well, let me tell you what law enforcement did. They went in and checked every damn apartment in that building. You didn't get to say no because they told you if you don't want us coming in, we will stand here until we get a warrant and we will come in anyway.
Exactly.
And they went in every single apartment looking for that 3-year-old child. Every damn one.
Yeah.
They went through it. Now, you're telling me in Tennessee they couldn't go across the road to the fucking neighbors with the cadaver dogs and the search dogs and stuff? Yes, they could have. They very well could have. They could have told Jody Sue, oh, you don't want us searching your land? Well, we'll stand right here until the judge signs off on this order because we're coming up there. Like it or not.
Why wouldn't you let them search your land? Why wouldn't you?
That's what I'm saying.
And why wouldn't
the law enforcement down there acts like you got to be hospitable to these damn people? No, you don't.
No.
Law enforcement ain't supposed to be hospitable. Law enforcement is supposed to get the fucking job done, right?
Right. Yeah, I just feel that they didn't search enough.
We don't pay them to be hospitable. We pay them to get shit done.
Well, I wish that they would have went and checked that church like you were talking about.
I do too. I wish they would go and would have searched around it. I think if they took the cadaver dogs down there a little ways past that church and started going around in those fields and stuff, they probably would land upon something. But I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think they have nothing because they didn't even have Summer's real scent. I don't think Candace, from my understanding, told law enforcement she didn't really have anything that was dirty of Summers that they could really get a scent off of. Is what the judge told them. You guys didn't know that?
All they had to do is give her a dirty stuffed animal. Anything.
No, because all the kids played with everything. And God. She act like she had washed up all the clothes. She act like she had washed up everything. Yeah.
Huh. Well, a lot of people are even wondering now, like when she went to Sonic. So some people are saying that the videos.
Now let me tell you something. It was 90 degrees in the fucking shade that day.
Yeah.
And when Summer came up missing, the sun was high. The sun was high in the air. 3:30, 4 o'clock. That sun actually afternoon, 12:30, 1 o'clock, that sun comes up high and it don't go back down until 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening. It starts to go back down. But when it's up high, it's hot as hell. And I know she didn't have that damn jacket on her back with the sun being that damn hot. Exactly. There's no way that child had that jacket on her back. Now, where the hell's that jacket? And why wasn't the dogs able to sniff that because she had it on that day and find her?
Right. Where is that outfit that she had on in the back
And that's
seat?
what I'm talking about. And we seen a picture where she no longer was in that outfit after they got home putting away groceries. She was in a purple dress.
Yep. And how come if they had gone to Sonic, I mean, like, she's 5 years old, any child that drinks the Sonic juice is going to have it all over her lips or, they're going to maybe even dribble a little bit on their outfit. There's nothing. There's nothing. So my question is that I know that they say that they have video, but nobody's saying whether they saw a video in those videos if Summer was in those in that vehicle.
Right.
So they're not saying that. So we don't know if Summer was in the vehicle at Sonic or at, Walgreens, because they're not telling us.
Oh, I heard that there definitely is video of her being there's definitely video footage of her being seen with Candace and Grandis and them on that day.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's see.
So absolutely. But then Jody Sue comes out and says, well, she didn't die until the Saturday after she came up missing. Well, how would Jody Sue know that?
Yeah, and why would she say that?
Was she, did Candace fuck her up somehow and Jody Sue had her at her house and she didn't make it? How would Jody Sue know this?
Right.
I don't know.
I don't either.
I mean, there's
I don't.
something, and I mean, Jody Sue has really implicated herself into this.
Yeah. Yep, she has. And
She has.
I think Jody Sue has a whole lot more to say than.
Jody Sue's a liar because back on her first videos, she said that they did not search her property. She said that they did not let them search her, that they did not allow it, the search to be done up there. She tried to blame Andy's parents for that. Tried to say Andy's parents didn't want them searching their property. Isn't that what she said, Wisconsin Mama? Because I know I heard it.
It is what she said.
Absolutely.
But it's an easy fix. I mean, if anybody ever goes over and watches Jody Sue, they can just ask her. I mean,
somebody said that she's saying now that she allowed them to look. No, she didn't. She's a fucking liar.
No, and you have all those cameras out there too, and all of a sudden, all the SD cards are taken out of them. Why would you have trail cameras out there, and with SD cards in them, and then when someone comes up missing, they're gone.
Right.
Yeah.
Jody Sue's out for the dollar. This is a woman that hangs out there for every cent she can get off this little girl's back that, that possibly her and her old man and them could have had something to, to do with, as well as the Wells, because Jody Sue has said some off the wall bullshit, right? And I mean, we've heard it right here on this panel.
Yeah.
We have gathered the information and we have played it out. And,
well, who's not to say that her son isn't involved?
And, I don't know. He could be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He could be. I mean, absolutely. But, I know for a fact, I mean, I can't, in my opinion, I am like 110% sure, in my own opinion, that Candace Wells has something to do with it. Candace absolutely knows what happened.
Oh,
because
she knows
Candace
what happened.
she has showed too much deception, too much bullshit to cover her own fucking ass. And that right there leads me to know that bitch is guilty.
Yeah. Well, it's probably a good thing you got off that hill when you did.
Amen.
I mean, seriously. Because who knows where you'd be now.
Girl, I'm not even, I don't think, I don't think I'm off of it. I'm still on it. And Donald Wells, as soon as he comes out of jail, he will be running that sud again. He's not going to be going to Utah. He's going to be going right up on 110 Ben Hill Road. And if they haven't, law enforcement ain't got off their ass by then and done something, he's going to be up there, him and Candace, playing their bullshit games with everybody again. You'll probably see him pop right up here talking a whole bunch of bullshit again. Because that's what they do. That's who and what they are,
So, even Angels Cry, she keeps saying, I know something about Jody Sue and Andy, and it's not good.
And I tell you the truth, Wisconsin Mama, I ain't coming off that hill until Summer is found. What Candace Wells doesn't understand is we are all on that hill right now.
Exactly.
And we're going to stay on that fucking hill.
Yeah. Yeah. She has no idea what's coming. No idea.
Absolutely not.
So she's been pretty quiet the past week, so I don't know what she's gotten her plans now, or what kind of lies she's gonna come up with
Oh,
now.
she knows
But
she done fucked up now.
oh yeah, oh
Big
yeah,
time. Big time. And, is Donald going to forgive her what she did with Ernie? Who
Mm.
knows? I hope not.
Well,
But,
he'd be a fool if he did. I mean, it's not just
oh,
Ernie; it's
yeah.
what she did with
Donald's got
Benny.
to
And
stop turning the blind eye. He's
yeah,
got to quit turning the blind eye, and he's got to start thinking about his children and other things in his life, instead of her.
yeah,
I mean, when he comes out of jail this time, he is going to be completely, alcohol free. I mean, he's
right,
going to be completely dried out on not only alcohol but cigarettes as well, and drugs. And
yeah,
that will be a good time for him to start his new life.
yeah,
And throw Candace's ass under the bus and find him a Christian woman that somebody else that shares in his what he wants to be instead of what he is. Donald
Well,
tried to get one thing I do know is Donald did try to get clean when they took the boys. He begged Candace to stop drinking. He said, Candace, you got to stop. You have to stop this for the boys. We're not going to get the boys back, damn it. You have to quit.
yeah,
And, fuck you, Donnie. If you don't want to drink, you don't want to do, that's your business. Fuck you. Don't talk to me. Don't tell me what to do, bitch.
well,
Yeah.
well, because there's nobody more important in her life than
And
herself
she
right
kept,
now.
right. And she kept drinking. She kept doing everything to where he just gave in and he started back again as well.
Yeah,
And I mean, he started back so bad that I didn't even know the
well,
person that he had become there at the end. Before he went to jail, I didn't even know that guy. I had no fucking clue who that guy was.
well, right. And the bad thing is that, I mean, he is going to come out of jail and he's going to be clean free,
Right.
and he cannot go back into a toxic relationship like that.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly. And if he does, he'll just lose everything that he gained,
Right. Right.
And I really think Donald was hunting for God. I think he was hunting for, because I know that I called him one day and I found he was at work on his knees crying. That's where I found him, was on his knees at work crying,
Yeah.
calling out to God to help him. Now, I don't know what it was all about, but I do know he was on his knees and he was bawling.
Right. Right. Well, yeah, I just even kind of wonder if anything's even going to happen to these people.
Right.
You know,
And
if,
he told me, he said, Sissy, I'm trying to do what's right. Sissy, I'm trying to get clean. Sissy, I want to get, Candace won't work with me. She won't work with me. What do you tell somebody? What do you tell somebody?
well, you tell that person that I can't stay with you. I need, this isn't the life that I need. So, take your kids and go get yourself sobered up, Don, and leave her. I mean, leave the, it's like a woman. If you're in a toxic relationship and, and you're getting beat on and whatever, and, what's that woman going to do?
He really missed Summer. He really missed his daughter. He missed it. He missed his sons. And I truly believe that he went along with the cover up. I truly believe he went along with something. He regretted going along with it. I'm sure he does now.
Yeah.
If he knew how it was going to turn out, he probably wouldn't have.
Right.
But I think he went along with it because his boys were still there. He thought it was going to hold his family together. And he didn't foresee this all coming. And that's why he protected her ass.
Well,
and once he did, he got so scared for his own ass that he felt he had to keep protecting hers, but he don't, because he could get immunity if he would just tell.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's just it. I'm not sitting up here saying that Don is innocent. I'm just saying that something bad happened.
And you
And
know, and once he throws her under the bus,
mm-hmm.
they will let him see his kids again. He will be able, I mean, he probably won't ever have custody of them, but he will be able to, he will have visitation, no matter, because he's the legal parent. He will be able to have visitation with them. And not only that, but you know, when you're in foster care and you end up getting thrown on the street at the end of it all, at least they will have a dad and a place that, you know, if absolutely necessary, they could go back to.
Right. And so, you
And at
know,
least he knows he'll be there for him instead of in prison where they're going to end up anyway, whether he talks or not, right?
right, right. So, you know, she had her court hearing. Okay, we all know that. And I don't know, you know, what happened. If, you know, that's all up to the judge to find out if she was complying with what she was supposed to be doing. Everybody's saying that she lost her children. But, you know, Don is still in jail. I mean, Don's in jail. How can he lose his children?
I think that law enforcement has offered Don. I think they have offered him a deal because the DA came out and said that they sent a message to him letting him know that if he wanted to talk anytime, they'd be right there.
Right.
So they obviously offered him something.
Yeah.
If he would just talk.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He needs
and his lawyer could get him a deal as well. It's not too late because they want, what you don't understand is, in every case like this, what the law enforcement really want is the body.
Well, yeah.
That's their main
and they're
goal
gonna
right
use,
there.
And they'll use any tactic
I
to
mean,
get
they
it.
can prosecute without it, like they are the West Boys, but that's what they really, really want. And if Don can provide that, they will cut him a deal. I
Right.
mean, you know, as bad as it is, they, you know, I know a lot of people want to hang Donald. Absolutely. I mean, who doesn't?
But seriously, though, we also.
But you know, we got to set that hatred aside and think about Summer, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she's our main goal. She is, you know, she is the main goal here, is to find her, bring her home, and get justice for her.
Yeah.
That's the main thing, and to give her brothers closure, right? And ourselves. So,
Well, and you have to look at the whole picture. I mean, like, there is a possibility that Summer did walk off, you know, and maybe she did. I know she was only 5, but maybe she did walk off further than
No.
what, you know.
I mean, here, I don't know. I'm not God.
No,
I'm not
but,
God,
you know,
so
but
I
then
can't
there's
say.
a possibility that Candace did something to her.
I can't say that, you know, I can't say that she didn't wander off. I cannot say that at the beginning of all this, you know. At the beginning of all of this, I could not say, hey, Summer went, but now I could bet you 99 to 1 that she did not wander off. Matter of fact, I'm 110% sure that absolutely she did not wander off. I mean, you know, in my opinion, absolutely not. And I'll tell you why I come to that conclusion. Because I have went down every avenue. I have listened to every person, and I have followed every single thing that law enforcement would have followed as well. And that's why law enforcement knows she's not out there in those woods anywhere, but they had to check it just to get it off the table, as I said, you know. And the thing is here's the thing, is Candace and Donald was so adamant that she did not wander off from the beginning. From the beginning, they was adamant she was not out there. They did not want their land being searched. They did not want law enforcement up there. They did not want searchers. They were 100% adamant she was not out there in those woods. Now, when you're that adamant about something, then you damn know what happened.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
And Jody Sue, even Jody Sue sat there and said she didn't wander off in them woods like chasing a butterfly. I mean, okay, now we got another person that's adamant she didn't, right? And also, Andy, even Andy.
Do you think it's a possibility that she did wander down that driveway and maybe got hit by a car? No, can't, because there'd be blood down there. So that rules it out, you know. Could she have walked down the driveway and somebody scooped her up from there? Maybe. You know, I don't know. I just don't know anymore, per garden. You know, all I know is that those 3 people on that hill know what happened.
White window baby, if you send me your picture, I will pop it up for you. Absolutely, I will, girl.
No, it just Summer was swiped. There was a 423 chase. His step cousin Benny. I don't know what this stuff is.
Even angels cry. Absolutely, I will check the email, and be looking forward to seeing you Monday. Absolutely.
No, I'm not saying that she was hit by a car. I'm just looking at all the possibilities
Yeah,
besides,
and yes, because
know.
that's what law enforcement has to do as well.
Yeah.
Law enforcement had to go down every one of those avenues that we are going down, and there was a lady that accidentally I'm checking my email.
Yeah, check the email. So, do all you girls have your Easter baskets all made up for your kids, and do you hide them?
I don't hide the Easter baskets.
Oh, I used to.
I don't hide. I hide the eggs today.
Yeah.
And but I don't hide the Easter baskets because I get them usually a new outfit. Like summer outfit, because it's
Yeah.
going to be summer here soon. So I usually get them, a little short outfit and some, you know, new socks and things like that. And that's their outfits. And I put those in little boxes.
Yeah.
And then I give their Easter baskets, and they'll be setting out in the morning. So when they, like Christmas, when they come down, it's all there.
Yeah.
And my daughter, she'll probably try to get up early and see what she could get out of her brother's baskets before they're up, right?
Yeah, I think Easter morning is like Christmas morning. They all get up so early, and I don't know, my kids would get up so early and look for their baskets and see what they got and what kind of outfits they got, and then they went back to bed. Oh, I want candy.
Oh, thank you, White Window Baby. White Window Baby made this. She said that's to Summer from all of us.
Oh, that is so sweet of you, White Widow Baby.
That is beautiful.
It
Thank you.
It is.
Absolutely. That is gorgeous. I love that candle. I love the candle
Yeah.
burning. Absolutely. God bless. God bless. Let's remember that candle when we say our prayers send them up to God to please, through his son Jesus Christ, to let us find this beautiful little girl, right? And just bring her home. Give everybody peace and her peace and rest, and let whoever did this be, brought to justice for sure. I want to say crucified, but
I know, right?
But that's probably not good words to choose right now, because
No,
our Lord was crucified yesterday, right?
exactly.
And tomorrow he'll be, you know, tomorrow's the day that he rolled back that stone many years ago, or the angels did, for him to come forth and go prepare a place. He goes and prepares a place for us, and we'll be there. Well, I think we'll be there for a while in the holding tank, but once this earth is destroyed and a new earth is made, we'll be returned. A whole lot of us will be returned back upon the earth to, especially us Gentiles.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we'll be habitating the earth. Well, but we'll be able to go in and out of heaven as well. And one thing for sure, we won't ever have to die again, right?
Right. Yeah.
That's a beautiful feeling.
It's
But yeah,
we all have that sad hole in our heart right now, because we want Summer to be here, and we want her to enjoy
right.
a beautiful Easter and not
We
miss out
do.
on anything, and
She had every right to be here. She had every right to be running for an Easter egg hunt today. She had every right to be at church today in her beautiful new dress and patent leather buckle shoes on. She had every right, to be getting up tomorrow and to a big dinner and a big Easter basket and new outfit and all the beautiful things that every other child in the world's getting up to and
oh yeah, and I bet those boys are probably having the best Easter ever in their lives.
Oh, you're so welcome, Window Baby. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet they are too. I bet they've had an Easter egg hunt today. I bet you're going to church tomorrow morning. They're going to, they'll probably they probably got a lot of Easter baskets, right?
Oh yeah, they probably
I'm
are celebrating Easter like they'd never seen it before.
They finally found out that there's way more food than pizza.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful thing, a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it definitely is. It is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm so sorry that this has happened to this beautiful little girl. I'm absolutely sorry that any child has to go through what people put them through. And we have to become a lot stronger. We've got to bond together, and we've got to do something about it. We have to stand up, and we have to start demanding. You can't ask and just expect anymore. You have to now demand and expect.
Definitely. And I think it's time to and like I said, I'll email you, and I think it's time that there's a few things that we can start doing.
Absolutely. If you leave me your phone number, Wisconsin Mama, I'll call you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Maybe if it's okay, maybe I can call you tomorrow evening sometime.
Okay. Yeah, that would be
Absolutely.
great. It's my only day off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Night.
No,
Okay.
it's fine. I'm just hanging at the house tomorrow. The kids had gotten together and celebrated Easter together, and of course, I had to work. So I was really bummed out though, because I'm like, I should be with them. I should have been there today.
Absolutely.
But I couldn't get off. So I mean, now I'm just at that point in my life where, how important is money? It's not anymore.
It's not. And I'm going to be honest with you, Wisconsin Mama. I'll be honest with you. No matter how much, if you think you take a second job and save money, you take a second job and that money's gone too. And you know what else is gone? Your time spent with the people you love the most, and you won't ever get that back.
Well, and that's just it. Because the
more you make, the more it costs to live, right?
Well, yeah, but I was the grandma that raised the grandkids. I was home all summer. I was so blessed, but then they got older, so
that
they didn't.
Snapping was pour me another tequila, Sheila.
That's You didn't hear mine earlier, huh? I'm like,
Don't let
goodness.
that whiskey river run dry.
Oh, Lord. I'll tell you, you just crack me up. Uh, uh, yeah, and like I said, I just miss my grandkids, and so anyway, so
Absolutely.
I gotta do something to figure things out here so I can spend more time with them. I've gone from being the grandma that had the kids all around me all the time to the grandma that I hardly ever see them now, and
I
it
I
breaks my heart.
I look at my kids and I think to myself, you know, my mother, their grandmother, she's passed away now,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, I growed up and her grandchildren are now, you know, so big. They're not she got to see, a few of them when they were little, but they're just, you know,
Yeah.
time don't wait for us, it don't wait for us.
Right.
And, you know, like my dad, he didn't get to see none of my kids. Um, he passed away. He didn't get to see any of my children.
Oh, I'm
And my
sorry.
mom, she got to see, a few of them, but like they're, they're so big and um, you know, half grown.
Yeah.
And, and the point being is before I know it, they're going to be completely grown and
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have grandkids. And, you got to be scared because um how much time are you going to get with them?
Well, right, and I'll have to tell you, I have been blessed because I was I had I had my children when I was young, and so you know whatever, I was able to have the grandkids all the time, bake cookies, did cakes, went to football, baseball, ran them all over the place, and now they're just all growing up, living their lives, and grandma just misses them, you know.
Your grandkids are grown?
Yeah, so I have quite a few. I have
Oh,
I have one. The youngest is 4 and the oldest is 20 22 and
oh
he's in the
gosh,
he's in the
that
Marines.
ain't grown.
No.
They're still babies.
Oh yeah. And the rest of them are teenagers, So, um yeah, and out of all of them kids, I only ended up with 2 granddaughters.
Wow.
And the rest are all boys.
I've only got one daughter. I've got
Yeah.
3 sons, 1 daughter. But um my daughter, my sons, they really I always heard that, your sons are terrible when they're young and
Mhm.
breaking everything, stuff like that. Which they do a good job of things like that, but and leaving their messes. Like, oh my gosh, boys don't clean up nothing.
No, they don't.
But my daughter, on the other hand, don't get me wrong, um, she's like she's the rambunctious one.
Mhm.
Like I hate to say this, say for Christmas, for instance. Not this year, but one year, at Christmas, she basically put her name. She took all the, she got under the Christmas tree and she basically put her name on most of the gifts. I'm not going to lie, she did. So come Christmas morning, you know how you grab the gifts and all of a sudden she's got this pile of gifts. And her brother's like looking around, they really don't got nothing. And I'm
Yeah.
like, there's no way. I bought everything just for her. No
Yeah,
way,
you're like,
but then again, Christmas, you're crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking no, I didn't do that. But the next thing I know, she is opening up, you know, boys' underwear and socks. Um, and- yeah. And it's like, oh my goodness,
I'm sorry. That is so funny. It sounds like something my daughter would do to her brothers.
I promise you, she does. She does that stuff, And that's why I suspect she's going to get in the Easter baskets come morning. You know,
She probably.
she does. She just. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I promise you, she's not 5, but
No.
she acts like it.
Yeah, that's
Like I always have to keep an eye on her. Always. And
right.
she's at that age where she wants to help me. She wants to help me cook. She stands around the kitchen. She wants to help, do things. And so, and I don't mind, her helping me and stuff, but
Right.
then the next thing I know, I'll get busy or I'll be doing something. And next thing I know, I turn around and my kitchen is rearranged. Like, I don't know where nothing is because this child has done, boy, she set the salt, pepper, and, the shakers and the cookie dough. She set it up the way she wanted it, not the way I had it.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, have you been through that one?
yes.
Oh my God,
yes.
girl.
Or I
Let
came
me-
home one day and my living room was rearranged.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing?
That's where I'm at right now. That's where
Yeah.
I'm at right now.
Yeah.
And anyway, I bought a new vacuum. I bought a new vacuum cleaner. And one
Yeah.
of my sons, boy, he couldn't wait to get it and put it together and, help me. And he couldn't wait to run it. Don't worry, I'm going to vacuum. Can I vacuum? And I'm like, okay, well, you want to vacuum? Go ahead and vacuum.
Yeah.
I'll clean everything, tables and everything. You clean the floor. That's good with me.
Yeah.
So, he's helping. And let me tell you, for about, I say 3 or 4 days, more than I expected. But 3 or 4 days, boy, he's got this vacuum going crazy all over the place, I'm serious. I'm not lying. He's vacuuming everything. He loves to vacuum everything. And about the 3rd or 4th day, that kid wouldn't touch a vacuum again if you paid him. I'm like, what happened to you loving to vacuum?
I was going to say, can I hire him?
It cracked me up.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm telling you.
That is hilarious.
That's kids for you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, always something new that comes into the house. They want to try it for a few days, and then after that, oh no, I'm done.
I got a new shampooer for Christmas,
Ah,
and that was one of the family type gifts because we needed one. And these carpet cleaning places, they charge too much, and I don't know whose carpet they cleaned before. And with COVID going on, I don't want them cleaning mine.
right.
But anyway, so I get a carpet cleaner for Christmas, and I said, I'm going to spring cleaning. I'm going to clean all the carpets with it.
Mhm.
And so anyway, I told the kids, I said, I think this coming week, I'm going to take a couple of days off and spring clean a little bit and get these carpets done. And I promise you, boy, I cleared the room. I was, had my back looking out, the window at the pretty view and just, talking. And I mean, when I walked over to the window and was looking out, my room was full of people. But, after I said these words, I kind of turned around because I expected, because I'm not hearing nothing. I expected them to, chime in and say, hey, yeah. And they was all gone. Like, seriously gone.
Really?
So I go find a couple of them. I said, what happened to everybody? Well, you started talking about spring cleaning. I'm like, what the hell? So you go hide under the bed like a dust bunny? I mean, seriously?
That's hilarious.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I have some coworkers like that
What
too.
kind
You,
of kids am I raising? I'm like, whoa.
you say time to go to work, and they all hide.
I was just figure of speech talking about it, you know?
Oh, that
my
is hilarious. That's
my
funny.
kids are something.
Oh, they are, and they're so precious, you know, because they don't stay little for long, you know.
I remember when we first moved here. I couldn't really stay in my other place because
Yeah, yeah.
it was for one, it was costing me way too much.
Mm-hmm.
After my husband had passed away, I mean, it drains you when somebody has cancer. All the
Oh yeah,
co-pays, everything. I mean, it takes you down to nothing.
right.
Our bank
Right.
accounts were gone,
Yeah.
and and not only that, but the memory's so thick, in a
Mm.
place like that because we have been there forever. And so I moved from there. For a while, we were in apartments. I loved
Yeah.
that little apartment. I promise you, I did. Even though this lady, she ran up and down the damn stairs all night. Couldn't run up and down them during the day, but all night she did. But that I promise you, about the third night, I said, "Damn, I'm just going to think of this as my security, my
Mm-hmm.
own personal security. I don't have to pay for." And I went to sleep. I hallowed it after that. But anyway, yeah, and I loved that. But we got back up on our feet and we moved. And as soon as we got into this new home, and I promise you, my kids went through. We didn't even own it yet. It was somebody else's house, wasn't even ours. My
Oh.
kids blasted through the door, man. Next thing I know, they are just running like this circle. They thought it was the coolest damn thing that they could run in a circle. I was like, okay, I might want to rethink this home. It was crazy.
Mm. Well, it's home now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. And I still have flashbacks of that first day. I think they gave me PTSD.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny.
They thought that was amazing.
Yeah, well, and it's good that you got into, a better home, and unfortunately that's what you had to do, but it sounds like they're happy where they're at now, and
Oh,
they have
yeah.
and they have plenty of room to run.
Oh God. Yeah. Yeah, they do. The one thing, mine and my husband's home, the one thing I loved about it was, it was so cozy. It was, it was pretty good size home, but it was just, it was
Yeah.
cozy. I really liked the fact that, it was an older home, the big fireplaces, and
Mm-hmm.
just beautiful,
Yeah.
it was beautiful. And
Well,
but
it was your home. It was your home
it
that you
was
built with your husband.
it was
know.
and but
Yeah.
when we, the new one is, I find it to be, not airy as in scary, but airy as in big, like it's not you don't get that coziness for sure,
Yeah. Yeah.
and our other home, it's like you always knew right where everybody was. And like I feel like, sometimes the new places, too big,
Yeah,
It's
they're
like,
too big.
yeah, it's like
They're
you're gonna lose your children in it, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And
Yep.
and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes you do. I mean,
but
you know,
but there's days sometimes you want to. It's like, oh, I know where you are. Okay, you stay there. you know?
I can't, I know what you're talking about because
Yeah.
I had a few of those days.
Oh, I
In
think
the
we
old in
all
the old
do.
home. In the old home, I had a few of them days
Yeah.
because it was that cozy. But
Yeah.
this house here, I don't get that feeling here. Um,
Mm,
it's more, I'm like I'm ready to, you know, go back into a cracker box just so I can,
yeah.
and maybe it's because of this case and everything too. I mean, um,
It
dealing with
could
the
be.
case, yeah, dealing with seeing how many children disappear and everything,
Mm-hmm.
um, it scares you.
Yeah.
It
It,
scares you. I mean, you don't, you're afraid to have your kid down the hall, right?
well, right, because I mean, like, honestly, you just do not know who's lurking outside your window or who's been
Right.
following you for the
I
past
mean,
week.
this
And
one mother leaves her child at the playground, just runs in the house or something, and it disappears. Um, but you don't ever do that. I mean, if you got to take a piss, take that kid back in the house with you, right?
oh yeah, oh
And
yeah,
lock the door until I mean, if you have to, take that kid and make it stand outside the bathroom door and talk to it so it stays there.
well, I just wanted to jump up. I know I was late getting on here tonight, but I was watching, and then I don't know, I must have dozed off, and then I got on, and you were on. But I'm gonna drop down and head to bed.
Oh, I definitely appreciate you coming up tonight. I'm going
Oh,
out with you. I only came in for a little while to yeah, I better edit that part on my live, right?
oh
I
my
don't know
god.
if that was able to be said.
No, I'll be saying, oh my god, did you know Prayer Garden
Yeah, me and my
is a
mouth.
oh, that'd be the next thing.
Absolutely.
Oh, that is just funny. Oh, and then what's that? Crime and Fashion? Oh boy, she'll really go off on that one.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Uh, okay, well
Hey,
listen, I
you got to
will
do what you got to do to make sure your baby stays
exactly.
safe. And I don't care
And
what that is. I do not care what that is.
mm-mm.
Look at the little girl went to the bathroom and they super glued her to the toilet,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and another woman took her daughter to the mall. She sees these girls coming out with her daughter. They shot her up in the bathroom and was getting ready to leave with her. And if her mother wouldn't have been standing there and caught them, that she'd have been gone forever, right?
right,
I
right.
mean, you just, even now, it's like, I don't know. I need my parents back to watch me because it's like they're taking any ages now, right?
You know,
There's
they are.
there's a
They
mother
are.
in Texas right now looking for her 25-year-old son. He
Uh,
disappeared, and that's horrible to think that you have to worry about him at that age.
yeah, yeah. And
So,
and I do believe that mother in the Bronx, I think she's still out looking for her daughter too. Every day she's out there passing flyers for her
oh,
daughter, you know.
yeah, that's what
And
I'm talking about.
yeah,
And these are grown children that you think would be safe to live their lives, and they're not. They're
right.
not.
No,
And
no.
I know a lot of people that sent their children to different states to school, college, living in different states, New York City, um, Texas, Florida, different places. And their children, end up getting killed in an apartment. Um,
Mm-hmm.
some by the maintenance man that was taking care of a place at one time. Um, some by the neighbors, somebody that took interest or somebody that followed them where they was going. Um,
Yeah.
Even your grown children are not safe anymore.
No, I will give you an example. I have a niece that is, well, she was in the police department. She was an officer for quite a few years, and because of everything that had happened over in Minnesota, she says, I'm done. I'm done. She said, this is not worth it, you know.
Right.
And she left the department because of all, because of everything bad going on over there, So
Right.
yeah, and I'm glad she did, because you just never know, you know.
And not only that, but look how they're attacking the police now. I mean,
Yeah,
look at what our government did. They allowed these people to walk through the streets and loot and burn and tear everything to pieces. I mean, they let them destroy America. These ain't, these vandalizers, they didn't build America, but they got to destroy America, right? And the
right,
police just had to stand there and even run from the police station because why? That isn't America. America would have had, America is supposed to have all of those people in jail, right?
right.
And all of those people supposed to be wanting their phone call to get somebody to bail their asses out.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
they don't care if they had to pack in every police station in that county was full, the jail's full. They would have filled them up. They
yeah.
would have transported them out to other places if they didn't have enough holding tanks, right?
Right, right.
But not anymore.
Nope.
Not anymore,
No.
and that's what I'm talking about. We can't live in that kind of evilness.
Yeah. So, I just have to say something to Even Angels Cry. I know you've been posting about the ones about Occult JS and Andy. Every one of my comments, please. If you wanted to, you can email PG about all that. Do you see it?
Yeah, she can definitely email me. Does she got my email? I put it out for her.
Okay. She said, okay.
And did she get my email? Did you get my email? Even Angels Cry.
I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Yep, she got it. Yeah, they got it. It's out there, Prayer Garden.
Okay. I appreciate it.
Okay. Well,
My
okay,
boss,
so I'm gonna get
absolutely.
off here.
All right.
I keep saying that, but then I get chatty Cathy again, so I get
Yeah.
chatty, and I get less sleep.
Don't say no names, or everybody be calling me that.
Oh, they be calling you Cathy.
Yeah. Her name's Kathy.
Her name's
I know it.
Kathy.
Yeah. It's
Kathy Morris.
Samantha.
Kathy
It's-
Morris.
It's Samantha. Yeah.
Okay,
Morris, it's time for Din Din. I better shut up.
Morris the cat. I'll never forget that commercial. Oh my god. And you won't be getting any sour milk either.
Yeah, no sour milk, please.
Uh,
Sour grapes.
oh my gosh. That's hilarious. Okay, well, you have a blessed Easter.
You
Every-
too, sweetheart.
Everybody in
night.
the chat, I hope you have a wonderful Easter, and I love you guys.
God bless.
And I will email you my phone number tomorrow, okay?
Okay. And
Okay.
if dang, I forgot her name. Even Angels Cry. If you send me your number, I can call you tomorrow as well and speak to you directly about whatever you're wanting to discuss also.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Um,
She's like, yes, whatever it takes.
hey, whatever it takes to bring this baby home, we are willing to
Exactly.
do it. Absolutely. We're willing to do it. You know, absolutely. I mean, if she's got any good ideals, we love to hear them.
Yeah.
Or, you know, something that could lead us to finding this child. We are all ears. Absolutely. God
Yeah.
bless. Yeah, I'm going to play Summer's song. And Wisconsin Mama, I love you. I appreciate you coming up here and spending time with me. God bless you, sweetie.
Yeah. Bless you too. All right. Have a good night.
You too. I'm going to play Summer's song again. And I'm just going to ask everybody, as I ask every night, please, 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 please pray for her. Pray that God answers our prayers. You know, this is a perfect time to be praying because I know God's listening and He knows how thankful we are for what His Son did for us, you know, to come here and die for our sins and go back and prepare a place for us to live forever is amazing. And I know that Jesus, you know, the angels are weeping and Jesus and God is very sad what happened, whatever happened to Summer happened, and they definitely know what happened, and they can lead us to wherever she is. God and Jesus can definitely lead us there. So let's continue to pray that we are led in the right direction, that law enforcement is led in the right direction, and that we bring this baby home and get justice for her. So please keep this baby in your prayers and keep faith. Most of all, know that God's going to answer. Without faith, prayer is no good anyway. So keep faith that He is definitely going to answer when you ask, because that's what you got to have in order to bring her home. So keep that, please, and pray for one another. Know that PG's always praying for everybody. God bless you guys, and much love to everybody. My mods, thank you so much for always having my back. White Window Baby, thank you, hon. You always seem to know what I'm thinking and able to pop it up right when I need it, and I so thank you for that. God bless you. And Tennessee Shine, God bless you, sweetheart. I surely hope God continues healing you and you feel better, completely better soon, along with anyone else that's needing prayer tonight. Know that you're in my prayers. Definitely. I don't know what you need, but I know God does, and I know He delivers. So, you know, just know that whatever you need, He's going to be taken care of, I'm sure. And God bless you all. God bless you all. Good night, everybody. Thanks again, White Window Baby, for sending this beautiful picture in for Summer tonight. I so appreciated it. God bless. God bless you, sweetheart. God bless everybody. Good night. Much love to you all.